Last night I sat down and filmed a video about how I go through my pre-grading process from getting the cards sourced to getting them ready to send off to generally PSA, mainly because the market still values PSA over other grading companies. And what does PSA do literally the next morning? They decide to jump their prices for TCG cards drastically. So if you are planning to grade and flip your cards, is it worth using PSA anymore? That's what we're talking about today, but first, my name's Coda. I own Coda's Collectibles. I am restarting my TCG business after taking some time off, and boy, is PSA not helping the cause. A couple of videos ago, I talked about the fact that I was gonna use grading and flipping as a larger part of the business, simply because collections have been a little harder to find in my area, and sealed is still something I'm not quite ready to get into, so grading and flipping seemed like the best option, especially as you do a wave system where you send in submissions every so often. And that way, once you get those first submissions actually getting through after that 3-month waiting period, you have a constant source of product coming back in for every 3 or so weeks from the waived sending in. And actually, I just got together my next submission thinking, well, sweet, I'm gonna go ahead and get these going because I'm ready to get the next wave in. It's about that time. PSA has completely changed their pricing structure and has taken TCG bulk, which was $18.99 a card, and mixed it into value bulk and then jumped the price on that as well. So instead of being $18.99 a card, we're looking at $24.99 per card per submission for value bulk. A $6 increase per card, which is not great when you are getting into the business and trying to use this as a way to make money. So now we all have to ask the question, should we be grading with PSA at this point? Is the slight premium of having a PSA 10 worth the overhead of having $6 per card extra that you have to pay into it? Because right now PSA 9s are worth as little or even less than the raw card. So if you're paying the extra $6 and you're getting PSA 9s, especially if you're still learning and kind of honing your skill, that is a lot of overhead that you're sacrificing to be able to grade with PSA. And before I get into the other companies, please let me know in the comments what you're planning to do for this. I am honestly still seeking answers on what the best solution is. I'm investigating it for myself. So let me know in the comments what you're planning to do. I'm gonna go over some of the other companies that I'm looking at right now and their pricing metrics and see what fits better for the business, or if PSA still probably going to be the option. I hope not. So first, let's talk about CGC. CGC is probably the biggest competitor that PSA currently has, especially with Beckett being taken in by PSA's parent company. And we are looking at $15 per card for their bulk entry, which is 25 card minimum. So already we're looking drastically cheaper than we were looking at for PSA. Plus we have a 40-day turnaround, which is still less than PSA's current turnaround times. And that's for their bulk submission. If you're looking at just their economy submission, it's $18 per card and a 20-day turnaround, which is so much quicker than PSA. Honestly, CGC may be a company that I really look into using, especially for cards that are pretty clean, because those pristine 10s are not too far off of the PSA 10 prices, and 20-day turnaround is so fast. And $18, again, was what we were paying for PSA, and now $7 cheaper than what we pay for PSA for their bulk submission. So for $3 extra, I'm getting it in half of the time of the bulk submissions, but also paying drastically less than I would be paying for PSA with way longer turnaround times. I'm not 100% sure. That's something that I'm definitely gonna be looking into. We'll see how it goes. I might do some submissions to different companies and see what I like more and what grades well and what sells well, but CGC, very high on the list right now. And now we get to a company that I really want to be the next PSA, and that's TAG Grading. I am not sponsored, obviously. If you want to sponsor me, TAG, you know where to find me. I would definitely not say no. But I've been a fan of TAG for a while. I love their slabs. It's so dang clean. It just looks so good. And for $19 per card for their bulk submission, which is a 20 card minimum, again, we're not looking as cheap as CGC, but we are still looking drastically cheaper than we would be for PSA. Now their turnaround time is still 45 days, which is pretty high, especially when you compare it to what we just talked about with CGC. But again, it is still about $6 cheaper than it would be with PSA, and Tag 10s do sell pretty well, especially for the really nice chaseable cards. They have been selling pretty well, so definitely something to consider. And for $22 a card, which is still $3 cheaper than PSA, you're actually down to a 30-day turnaround and a 5 card minimum. So you have to send in less to be able to get them back pretty quickly. Honestly, when I send some stuff into Tag, this will probably be the service that I use so I can quickly figure out which company is the one I want to go with. Now the basic and the bulk don't include the scoring, which honestly for me, I'm not too concerned about because I'm not planning on holding these into my collection. They are going to be graded and they're going to be flipped. And there are other grading companies out there that I'm not gonna get into because they're probably not gonna be the ones that I personally use. I'm gonna be sticking with either PSA, CGC, or TAG for the foreseeable future. And right now we're very much in a testing phase. I have submissions out to PSA right now, so those will already be in that $18.99 range. So I'm not too worried about those. But for new submissions, I am gonna be testing out TAG and CGC and seeing the turnaround times, how well they grade, how consistent their grade is, and how they sell. We know there's a PSA 10 premium. That is just kind of a fact. We can't really do anything about that. But as this happens and we see more people shifting to using TAG, CGC, whatever, there's a possibility that we see the value in those other cards go up a bit. Obviously, this is very much speculation and really wish casting to a degree, because PSA has been king for so long and pretty much nothing they've done is ever really taken that away. So I don't know that this is going to be the thing to break the system, break their hold on the grading throne, if you will. So I'm really curious what you guys think and what you're planning to do. I'm going to be sending in some submissions to TAG and to CGC in the near future. I will be filming those so that you know how to send in stuff to these different companies in case you are thinking about doing so. For me, $6 per card extra, it's not that I couldn't make money still off PSA. It's not that I couldn't still make money flipping the cards. I think in my system with my gem rate, it's still possible. But if I can make a not comparable amount of money with CGC, but a small percentage less, but with quicker turnaround times where I can get more in and out and there's more cash flow, there's more liquidity, that is a very tempting thing. And with TAG, there is a lot of hype right now. There's a lot of people that really like TAG. There's kind of like a cult following around it, and the slabs are super clean, so we could see them become more and more valuable. So for now, being as early as I am into rebuilding this business and restarting everything, I think it's the best time to start testing things and see, can I make money with CGC consistently? Can I make money with tags consistently? Or do I have to kind of kowtow to PSA and say, okay, well, nothing I can do about it. I just gotta keep doing PSA because that's what sells. We'll see. I'm not sure, but we're going to find out. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this change, what you're planning to do in light of this, and I will let you know any information that I find, any of my investigating. If I find something that is really useful, I will be making videos about it. Again, I'll make videos about submitting to these other companies. I think it's a really important thing for us all to know in light of this drastic change. $6 is a lot per card. And if you're getting less than like a 50-60% gem rate, it's really probably not worth it right now, in my opinion. And even for me, who has a higher gem rate than that, it's such a long time to wait for a turnaround and such a lack of liquidity that CGC is so tempting at that point. So I'll be making videos on that. Let me know in the comments below what you're thinking. I need to get out of here. My brain hurts from making that video last night and seeing all this morning. Please take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.